Welcome to Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you can find the tools to change the rules.
One, two, three. Hey!
I'm gonna pop some tails. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is freaking awesome.
Walking to the club like, what up? I got a big dub. I'm so pumped about some kicks from the thrift shop. Eyes on the fringe, yo, it's so dang trusty. The people like yo.
So welcome back to the show. Today, this show is going to be a bit of a mix of everything. Basically, we're going to be giving you a lot of amazing tips. We're having a section from TED with 10 amazing tips for you to learn how to use the internet. We have, of course, the handy bookmarks section, which you are absolutely going to love. And we're going to be having Phil Bedford talking about referral marketing. And possibly you already saw a little bit of what I really like, Pentatronics, in the beginning of our show. And right now I want to show you a video from these guys, which are making music with their hands, with their body, with their mouth, different noises. And they're being incredibly famous on the internet, and they are dominating YouTube, and you can check them out in pentatronics.com. Now what I would like you to see is, before we get started, please watch this short video from them that is called The Evolution of Music. I'm sure that you're going to really like it.
Solving
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's a boogie woogie builder boy of Company B.
When the light was gold and the lamp was dry, oh stand, oh stand, ba 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 ba. I wanna hold your hands. I wanna hold your hands. One, two, three, five, apples, don't ring me. ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me. No, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has the devil put a sign for me, for me, for me. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebration, celebration. Oh, don't stop. Believe it, cause this is Thriller. Hey, a Thriller night. Can't touch this.
Ask me, baby, one more time. Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. A running game. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Taste of her cherry chapstick. Mama, gaga, ooh la la. I got a feeling, ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good,
Baby, 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 all night.
Some nights I stay up, catching my breath.
Now you're just somebody that I
Whoop up,
call me maybe.
Don't you think it's fantastic? Well, I hope that you enjoyed it, and now it's time that we go to the first section of the show, which is going to be handy bookmarks. Welcome back to Handy Bookmarks. Today I have my 5 typical great tools that I'm going to be sharing with you. So let's start with the first one, that is going to be currently.com, and that currently is with a K, and that's a social media search engine. Very, very useful. Basically, you can put any term that you would like there, and it will search LinkedIn, it will search Twitter, it will search Facebook for that specific term. That could be very useful because, of course, I mean, you can find people which are searching for those terms. You can find people which are, for example, tweeting about certain stuff, people which are putting posts in LinkedIn. Very, very useful. So I really recommend you to check it out. The next resource that I want to share with you, I think you're going to really thank me for it, because it is something that is very, very difficult to find. And of course, I mean, I didn't know that there was a resource where you could actually get it done for free. Previously, if you wanted to create a copyright, if you actually wanted to copyright something, it was a very, very difficult task. However, now there is a service that is called Safe Creative. And this tool, Safe Creative, basically you can register trademarks and copymarks on a very fast way without really having to worry about the complications of having that done. So I recommend you to check safecreative.com and start already copywriting all the material on all the stuff that you put on the internet or off the internet. The next resource that I want to share with you, it's also very, very funny. It is called Letter Count. And Letter Count, the way that it works is, let's say that you want to figure out if you want to do an advertising and you only have, for example, 35 characters, or you have 145 characters for Twitter, or you have 150 characters for another website, or whatever you're actually doing. You can basically use this software to know exactly how many characters you are typing. Very, very useful if you are working and publishing a number of things on the internet that require letter count. Very useful once again. Now, let me just share with you. This is not a free resource as most of the ones that I share with you, but it's not really expensive. It's something like about $9 a month. But I tell you, it's actually definitely worth checking it out. The next resource that I'm talking about, the one which is paid, is called Deliver It, and that is dlvr.it. You can just see the resource just down here, and that is an aggregator. It is a syndicator of your content. So for example, whatever you are typing on your blog could be published somewhere else. Whatever you're typing on Facebook, you can actually put it on a number of different platforms, and it will be just sending this information all over the social media blogosphere or atmosphere or whatever it's called. I think it's very useful, and I think you're going to definitely like and benefit using it. And our last resource for today, it is called a Ratbox. And Ratbox is a very useful tool. I do not know if it has ever happened to you that you find a great video that you say, well, this is great, but I don't have time to watch it right now. And then suddenly you lost it. Well, this tool is going to get rid of that lost videos kind of thing. So basically what you do is you will be able to queue all the videos that you find interesting, and they will be all queued on your computer, or they will be queued on your telephone or your iPad or your tablet or whatever you're using, so that you will be able to consume them at your convenience. So those are our 5 resources, and now it's time that we go to the next section of the show, which is going to be Triple Your Internet Intelligence.
For some reason, there's no standard syllabus. There's no basic course. They just sort of give you your computer and then kick you out of the nest. You're supposed to learn this stuff how? Just by osmosis. Nobody ever sits down and tells you this is how it works. So today, I'm going to tell you 10 things that you thought everybody knew, but it turns out they don't. All right, first of all, on the web, when you're on the web and you want to scroll down, don't pick up the mouse and use the scroll bar. That's a terrible waste of time. Do that only if you're paid by the hour. Instead, hit the space bar. The space bar scrolls down one page. Hold down the shift key to scroll back up again. So spacebar to scroll down one page works in every browser on every kind of computer. Also on the web, when you're filling in one of these forms like your addresses, I assume you know that you can hit the tab key to jump from box to box to box. But what about the pop-up menu where you put in your state? Don't open the pop-up menu. That's a terrible waste of calories. Type the first letter of your state over and over and over. So if you want Connecticut, go CCC. If you want Texas, go TT. And you jump right to that thing without even opening the pop-up menu. Also on the web, when the text is too small, what you do is hold down the control key and hit plus, plus, plus. You make the text larger with each tap. It works on every computer, every web browser, or minus, minus, minus to get smaller again. If you're on the Mac, it might be command instead. When you're typing on your BlackBerry, Android, iPhone, don't bother switching layouts to the punctuation layout to hit the period and then a space and then try to capitalize the next letter. Just hit the space bar twice. The phone puts the period, the space, and the capital for you. Go space, space. It is totally amazing. Also, when it comes to cell phones, on all phones, if you want to redial somebody that you've dialed before, all you have to do is hit the call button, and it puts the last phone number into the box for you. And at that point, you can hit call again to actually dial it. So you don't need to go into the recent calls list, so if you're trying to get through to somebody, just hit the call button again. Here's something that drives me crazy. When I call you and leave a message on your voicemail, I hear you saying, leave a message, and then I get these 15 seconds of frickin' instructions like we haven't had answering machines for 45 years. I'm not bitter. So it turns out there's a keyboard shortcut that lets you jump directly to the beep like this. Unfortunately, the carriers didn't adopt the same keystroke. So it's different by carrier, so it devolves upon you to learn the keystroke for the person you're calling. I didn't say these were going to be perfect. Okay. So most of you think it's Google as something that lets you look up a web page, but it is also a dictionary. Type the word define, and then the word you want to know. You don't even have to click anything. There's the definition as you type. It's also a complete FAA database. Type the name of the airline and the flight. It shows you where the flight is, the gate, the terminal, how long till it lands. You don't need an app for that. It's also unit and currency conversion. Again, you don't have to click one of the results. Just type it into the box, and there's your answer. While we're talking about text, when you want to highlight, this is just an example. When you want to highlight a word, please don't waste your life dragging across it with the mouse like a newbie. Double-click the word. Watch 200, I go double-click. It neatly selects just that word. Also, don't delete what you've highlighted. You can just type over it. This is in every program. Also, you can go double-click drag to highlight in one-word increments as you drag. Much more precise. Again, don't bother deleting. Just type over it. Shutter lag is the time between you pressing the shutter button and the moment the camera actually snaps. It's extremely frustrating on any camera under $1,000. So that's because the camera needs time to calculate the focus and exposure. But if you pre-focus with a half press, leave your finger down, no shutter lag. You get it every time. I've just turned your $50 camera into a $1,000 camera with that trick. And finally, it often happens that you're giving a talk, and for some reason the audience is looking at the slide instead of at you. So when that happens, this works in Keynote, PowerPoint, it works in every program. All you do is hit the letter B key, B for blackout, to black out the slide, make everybody look at you, and then when you're ready to go on, you hit B again. And if you're really on a roll, you can hit the W key for whiteout, and you white out the slide, and then you can hit W again to unblank it. So I know I went super fast. If you missed anything, I'll be happy to send you the list of these tips. In the meantime, congratulations. You all get your California technology license. Have a great day.
So welcome back to this section of the show where we're having always a great expert, and I'm very happy to be back with Phil Bedford. Phil Bedford is the master franchisee of the Referral Institute in the Middle East. He's been a person that always supports me whenever I am here in the Middle East, and I'm always very happy to have him on the show. So, Phil, welcome back to the show.
Again?
Yeah, nice to have you here. We have already talked in our previous episode. We were talking about your great book, The World's Best Known Marketing Secret. But I think now I want to talk a little bit about referrals. So you have been explaining me a little bit of how old Referral is and all these stories. So I would really like you to share with the audience your story about referral marketing, because I think it's very interesting.
It actually blew me away when I was thinking about it. I was actually watching a BBC program about 10,000 BC, so going right back to the caveman days, and they were saying how right back then our ancestors, the Homo sapiens, came up from what is now India up into Europe. When they arrived in Europe, they found that Europe was already occupied by the Neanderthals. Now, most of us know the Neanderthal history. Big heads, pretty ugly. But they were very, very powerful people. Theoretically, they're actually more intelligent than the Homo sapiens because they had a bigger brain. But the incredible thing, Ernesto, was over a period of time, the Neanderthals became extinct, and the Homo sapiens, our ancestors, who were generally a weaker species, defeated them.
Wow.
But when you really look at it, it's why? Because they're very similar. Not far off the build, but they had similar family groups. They ate and hunted in the same way. They had similar tools. But the big difference, the Homo sapiens would talk to other tribes.
Yeah.
The Neanderthals wouldn't.
Wow.
So what happens? As they develop tools, as they develop new skills and thought process, because they're sharing, you know as well as I do, when you share, information increases. The Neanderthals didn't do that.
Yeah.
Anything they developed stayed within their tribe. So this has got to be the earliest case of networking.
Absolutely.
Where you share information, you support,
yeah.
and referrals could be the business, or where do I get my nearest buffalo? But
yeah.
wherever. But that's basically, I think, the earliest case of networking.
Wow. So now if we actually forward 12,000 years, so, which is bringing us around 12,012 years or 13 years or whatever it is, all the way till here. Now, of course, I mean, that was the first case. Now we are entering into an era which obviously is taking in referrals and networking into a whole new place, which is, of course, the internet. So how do you actually see the offline referral and the online referral merging?
You've hit it on the head. It's like a new ice age, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I see the internet giving us options like we've never had before. I mean, the ability to contact somebody across the globe at the press of a button, for hundreds of thousands of people to get access to your web show. It really is an opportunity that can't be missed. A lot of offline networkers, old school networkers, do not engage in this, and they are shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Likewise, you also get a lot of people who are online who only ever stay behind their computer and are not comfortable going offline. The answer to your question, I think the two have to work synergistically.
Yeah.
Your online presence gives you the way to touch people so they know you exist. But then if you really want to leverage that into developing business opportunities, which are more than just $10 or $20 here or there, when you're talking $30, $40, $100,000, you want to take them offline. Because human beings need to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
So the answer is the two together.
Yeah, very interesting. You know what, I actually, now that you're saying that, I am coming up with something that is actually happening. I mean, we are moving from the Web 2.0 to the Web 3.0, where previously in the Web 2.0 everything was about interaction, about social media and all these kind of things. And right now with the Web 3.0, where we're going to actually be merging the offline and the online, exactly as you're saying. For example, things like this are going to happen. You're going to be able to come with your mobile device, even if it is an iPad or if it is an iPhone or whatever. You will be able to come, for example, on a crowd. You will be able to point your device to the crowd, and it will give you the information of who is the people that you should meet if you're connected with them in Twitter, in LinkedIn, in Facebook, and whatever. Just by simply, and all those iPads are already there. I mean, with face recognition. So I think that's going to be even a bigger
step. So it's an interesting thing.
I think it's huge. I mean, I think it's fantastic what you're doing. It looks like it's going to be a really full show as well, event tomorrow. I think what you've hit it on the head as well. The ability to connect with people on your mobile device at any time of the day suddenly means that if you're sat at a bus station waiting for a bus, if you're on the bus doing nothing, if you're sitting waiting for an interview or someone who's late, that can suddenly become marketing time.
Yeah.
That was previously dead. That was lost time because
Exactly.
you sit there and twiddle your thumbs. That now means, if you think about how much time was
Exactly.
dead every single day in the past,
Yeah.
that now becomes an opportunity to market. That's huge.
Yeah, it's big. It's absolutely big. Which of course brings me to my last question. Unfortunately, I mean, I would love to have an hour talking to you because every time I talk to you, I have a lot of ideas coming through my head. But basically, my question is: a lot of people get some difficulties understanding the difference between affiliate marketing and referral marketing. So possibly you can enlighten us on what's the difference.
In fact, it's also one of the biggest misconceptions about the whole referral process.
Yeah.
Affiliate marketing, obviously, people they get paid for an introduction for a product or service, and like many ways of doing business, that's completely above board. It's a way of doing business. Referral marketing tends to work slightly differently, particularly when we're looking at bigger values. As much as money can work as a way of motivating people to refer you,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of studies to say that money is only a motivator when the individual you're trying to motivate is stuck in a very streamlined job. They do one thing, like a security guard or something like that. If you're asking the person to refer you business, but you need them to be creative and
Yeah.
think of opportunities that are not necessarily obvious, actually money's not the best motivator.
Yeah.
It's actually other things. And what we do is we show them in our programs other things you can use to motivate your referral sources so they will refer you. And the kicker is they are referring you because they believe you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
When I do a good job after you've referred me, you look good as a result of that.
Exactly.
And if you're helping me and not expecting financial return, as a human being, I'm compelled to want to help you back.
Yeah.
And that
That
develops
makes sense.
long-term, ongoing relationships, which are give, where we don't need money.
Exactly.
Both ways work.
Fantastic. Excellent. Phil, as usual, it's been great. Hopefully at some other time in the future we'll have you back. But once again, can you tell us where they can connect with you, with the audience connect with you, and also I recommend you guys to get the world best known marketing secrets, which is co-authored with Ivan Meisner, which is very, very impressive, Mike Macedonio and BJ Shah.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with me and connect, I'll have social media as well. It's therebelnetworker.com.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Phil. Well, thank you
Pleasure.
very much once
As
again
always,
for being
mate.
on the show.
As always.
And now it's time that we go to our next section of the show, which is going to be One Up a Day Keeps Boredom Away.
This is interactive print. Unique characteristics
So I hope that you have really enjoyed the show. Once again, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules. See you next week.